and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good morning, I'm Connor James. The time is 8:37 and today is Sunday, July 7th. A full century plus 10 years. That's how long Mary Brown has been around. After celebrating her 110th birthday on the 4th of July, her friends and family gathered yesterday to honor yet another year of life. WYMT's Lauren McCourt talked to Brown about how she has made it through all these years.
Mary Brown is an extraordinary woman.
Words really can't describe her.
Well, I feel good.
Not just because she's 110 years old,
Thankful the Lord let me live that long.
but because of who she is.
I try to treat myself right. Treat everybody else right.
A mother figure to many.
She's raised so many children. Her own, her grandkids, her great-grandkids, kids in the community.
She taught children to always put God first and family second.
Pray, stay in church, and put God first.
My grandma taught me that family is everything.
For the past 11 years, loved ones have traveled from all across the country to celebrate her special day.
My granny, what do you want for your birthday? She's like, for you to just come.
And this day gets a little more special each year.
Well, I tell her she's got to keep living because she keeps us together.
People might think 110 years would slow you down.
Well, we got along pretty good. Sometimes we had hard times, but we made it.
But Miss Brown continues to be the glue
Super glue.
that keeps her family together. In Pike County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Put it up in your purse.
I hope I look that good at 110. Brown says she's ready to take on this year and is excited to see what's in store for this one. Now, people in Letcher County are mourning the loss of a well-known man in their community. 71-year-old Roger Hunky Hall died on Wednesday. Hall was a veteran, a police officer, coach, and constable of close to 30 years. Those who were close to him say he touched many lives.
From coach to constable and law enforcement, the kids loved him all the way up through adulthood. So, I mean, it's everybody really, really loved Hunky.
A public memorial service for Roger Hunky Hall is going to be held at the Old Jenkins High School building this evening at 6 p.m. And we know the funeral arrangements for former Kentucky quarterback Jared Lorenzen. A visitation will be held on Wednesday at St. Pius X Church in Edgewood from 2 till 6. The burial service will follow. Lorenzen died on Wednesday. He was 38 years old. Now let's check in with meteorologist Kelly McShane for a look at your forecast this morning. And Kelly, good morning.
Good morning to you. And we are starting to see that sunshine around the mountains. You can see on our Buffalo Mountain camera up on top of Perry County. We're looking at blue skies, a little bit of cloud cover, but overall a pretty nice start to the day. However, some of us bogged down by a little bit of fog this morning, especially heading towards the Tennessee border and into Pike County as well. So just be mindful of that. Give yourself a few extra minutes if you still have to hit the road this morning. And your satellite and radar, we do see one shower, but it is dying, and plenty of us are seeing sunshine, and that's what we're going to see for the majority of the morning. However, the afternoon, not so much. Temperatures, though, around the region, we are in the 70s, low to mid 70s throughout the region, so pretty comfortable to start off the day. And those temperatures going to get up into the mid 80s, and we're going to ramp up the rain chances. I'll have more details in just a little bit, Connor.
All right, thank you, Kelly. Despite protests and petitions to keep the store open, the Walmart in Big Stone Gap, Virginia, officially closed its doors yesterday. The store closing comes after differing accounts from the store owners and the landlords of the property, who are based in Philadelphia. The store did not renew its lease. In Cruz and Lawrence County battled a transformer fire yesterday. Around 4:30, this transformer caught fire at Riverside Generating. Firefighters say they do not know what caused the fire at this time. Part of the road was shut down while they battled the flames yesterday afternoon. And a suspected gas explosion in Florida yesterday reduced part of a shopping mall to rubble. The blast was massive. At least 21 people were hurt. It happened in Plantation, Florida, west of Fort Lauderdale. Peter King has more.
The blast originated inside a vacant pizza restaurant, destroying it and sending debris flying across this shopping center in Plantation, Florida. Falling debris crushed several cars in the parking lot.
I heard a loud boom and really thought it was fireworks.
The force of the blast shattered windows and damaged businesses in the same section of the plaza, including an LA Fitness Center. People inside the gym said the entire building shook. Its roof collapsed. Patrons were sent scrambling to get out.
My first initial instinct was, this is an earthquake, but I was like, I'm in Florida, so obviously it's not an earthquake. I was just terrified, honestly.
The explosion was powerful enough to be felt for miles around.
When we arrived, we found patients scattered all about the debris area.
First responders set up a triage area, and firefighters with specially trained dogs searched the area to make sure no one was trapped or killed. Fire officials say everyone has been accounted for.
We're very much relieved that, considering the debris field and considering how we found the patients and where we found them, the injuries are not as severe as we would have thought they would be. So we're very thankful for that.
Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
In other news, teams with the Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet were back on the Kentucky River yesterday. They're monitoring the effects of the Jim Beam fire earlier this week. This is video of the river yesterday. Officials are seeing more dead and dying fish on the water. They say the alcohol plume now stretches 23 miles. It's expected that it will reach the Ohio River on Monday. Teams collected river samples Saturday. They're also aerating the Kentucky River to hopefully help improve the dissolved oxygen levels. And a group formed by the legislature to study the feasibility of privatization for foster care says Kentucky should focus on strengthening the system it already has. Problems include record numbers of minors in out-of-home care, high caseworker turnover, and low retention rates, and insufficient funding. Report recommendations include lessening caseworker loads. Well, 4th of July celebrations took a tragic turn for a family in downtown Nashville who witnessed one man fall 50 feet from a rooftop. Police are calling what happened an accident. News Channel 5's Brandon Marshall spoke to those who witnessed it.
It's surreal.
John and Melissa Diffenderford came to enjoy the 4th of July in downtown Nashville with their children when the unimaginable happened.
And we see this man walking on the rooftop. The next thing we see him jump from that roof to the roof that is on our building. And the next minute I look out the window again and I see him falling between the buildings.
Police say around 5:15 yesterday evening, 22-year-old Gage Sharance of Arizona fell 50 feet trying to jump from the roof of Ernest Tubb Record Shop to the downtown sporting club. Sky 5 gives you a better look at how things may have started. Detectives say Sharance ran into the Mellow Mushroom, past security, and onto the roof. He then jumped to the roof of AJ's Good Time Bar, then to the Ernest Tubb Record Shop.
The customers that notified us at the register were so casually mentioned, hey, somebody jumped off your roof. It didn't sound right.
The shop and sporting club are 14 feet apart. Melissa's husband called 911 after the man fell.
The guy himself, seeing him up on the roof was unusual, but other than that, he was just like any other guy downtown. It didn't seem premeditated. It didn't seem like it was something he did intentionally.
Paramedics rushed him to the hospital where he was critically hurt and later died.
Praying for his family. I know this has got to be rough for all of them.
As police continue to look into the incident, they are calling the man's death accidental. Well, coming up on Mountain News this morning, people enrolled in Medicare Part D may be paying more for generic drugs than brand names.
We are expecting showers and storms this afternoon, and the rain could be heavy at times. I'll have all of those soggy details in my forecast coming up next.